Almost every woman who has truly loved knows this feeling. The painful realization that he doesn't love her the way she deserves. The sleepless nights wondering, why am I not enough? The desperate attempts to earn love. Love that should come freely. But here's something hardly anyone tells you. This painful truth can be a gift. The beginning of your inner strength. A Stoic woman does not beg for love. She doesn't need validation from the outside. Through her deep self-worth, she attracts real love. Without chasing, without striving. Society has often told women to try harder, to adapt, to prove themselves in order to be loved. But what if that's exactly the mistake? Even centuries ago, the ancient Stoics knew. True strength begins when you stop searching for your worth in others. The Stoic woman doesn't chase love. She lives in her own power, and that draws love like a magnet. Every woman eventually reaches that moment. She realizes she's been settling for crumbs. When she deserved a whole feast, maybe it was the constant waiting for a reply, the canceled plans, or the feeling of being overlooked. That moment hurts. But it is where real transformation begins. Because once a woman knows she deserves more, she begins to live from inner strength. Marcus Aurelius once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality, but what if the reality is this? He doesn't love you the way you deserve?" Modern advice often says, talk more, be more understanding, try harder. The Stoics said something else. Let go of what harms you and turn your energy inward. It hurts to accept this truth, but it sets you free. Imagine a woman sitting in front of the man she loves. As she opens up about her day, her heart, her life, he stares at his phone. She gives him everything, her time, her energy, her love, even parts of herself. And what does she get in return? Almost nothing. This isn't a rare scene. It happens every day in countless relationships. Women who deserve respect and love end up begging for basic attention. They try to adapt, do everything right, hoping, if I just give enough, I'll finally be truly loved. But here's the flaw in that thinking. From an early age, many women hear, love means always being patient, always forgiving, always settling. And when they want more, they're told, you're too much, your standards are too high, you're selfish if you walk away. These messages hurt, and they cause real damage. They make women believe they're wrong for wanting real love and appreciation. Even today's relationship guides often don't help. They say things like, you just need to communicate better, give him space, love him more, and eventually he'll love you back. But all of this misses one powerful truth. A truth the Stoics like Epictetus and Seneca knew over 2,000 years ago. You cannot make someone value what they do not value on their own. A woman who embraces Stoic philosophy understands her worth isn't based on how others treat her. She doesn't define herself by someone else's love. She defines herself by herself. Stoic philosophy isn't dry or abstract. It offers real practical tools for life. It shows how to live with dignity, with clarity, and inner strength, even when life or love is hard. And that's what this is all about. The Stoic view on unbalanced love rests on three simple but powerful pillars. These three pillars will be explained in the next 3 chapters. It challenges many popular relationship rules, and that's what makes it so liberating.
Every insight matters. Don't miss it. Every woman deserves to walk through life with calm and clarity. Subscribe and grow with every video.
She focuses completely on what is still within her control. her own thoughts, actions, and reactions. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But acceptance alone is not enough. It is merely the foundation, the vital beginning of genuine inner freedom and peace. True serenity begins when the Stoic woman stops trying to control what is beyond her grasp. She releases frustration, sheds anxiety, and no longer expends energy in vain. She discovers something truly extraordinary: the vast reserve of energy that was once tied up in trying to change others can now be directed inward, toward her own growth, healing, and transformation. This shift in focus is not passive resignation, but an active, powerful choice. By embracing acceptance, she creates space within herself to cultivate strength, wisdom, and resilience. She gains clarity about what she truly can influence: her mindset, her habits, her decisions, and her reactions. This clarity allows her to navigate life's challenges with calm and confidence instead of resistance and stress. Acceptance is the gateway to self-mastery. It frees her from the exhausting cycle of trying to control the uncontrollable, and instead empowers her to master herself. She stops wasting energy on external circumstances and invests it where it truly matters, in building an unshakable inner foundation. This brings us naturally to the second pillar of Stoic wisdom, the pursuit of self-development. Here, the Stoic woman commits to nurturing a character that is steady, grounded, and deeply rooted in her values, no matter what happens around her. Self-development transforms acceptance into strength and potential, opening the path to true freedom and fulfillment. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about the importance of focusing on the development of a strong and stable inner character, completely independent of what happens on the outside. In his meditations, he reminded himself, "It takes very little to live a happy life. It is all within you, in your mindset." For a Stoic woman facing unrequited or one-sided love, this becomes her inner strength. Instead of trying to become more lovable for someone who does not truly value her, she decides to become more impressive for herself. She trains her mind, strengthens her body, follows her interests, and builds real deep friendships. She evolves from someone seeking validation into someone who radiates it naturally. But even with this strong foundation of self-worth and inner calm, one central challenge remains. How can she continue to love honestly and openly without becoming emotionally dependent? How can she truly care while still protecting her inner peace? This attitude touches on the most demanding part of Stoic philosophy: deep connection without emotional dependency. It means loving with an open heart, but without losing oneself. She learns to set boundaries that protect her emotional well-being. She understands that love is a gift, not a requirement for her happiness or self-esteem. By nurturing her own growth and strength, she creates a stable base from which love can flow freely without fear or neediness. This balance is delicate and takes constant awareness and practice, but it is also profoundly liberating. It allows her to experience love fully and authentically, while preserving the freedom and dignity that are at the core of her true self. The Stoics lived by the principle of philosophical distance, the ability to strive honestly toward a goal without being emotionally dependent on the outcome. Seneca described this mindset well. Set aside a few days, eat only the simplest food, wear rough clothing, and ask yourself, is this really so terrible what I've been afraid of? This attitude helps us deal with success and failure in the same calm and dignified way. The Stoic woman loves with her whole heart, but she remains composed. She gives her heart, without feeling less worthy if her love is not returned. This does not make her cold or calculating. It makes her free. When these three pillars come together, acceptance of what she cannot control, the focused development of her own character, and inner philosophical distance from the outcomes, something special happens. The desperate energy that once attracted the wrong people or pushed away the right ones transforms. It transforms into something far more powerful, a true magnetism rooted in inner abundance. This is not about tricks. It is about arriving at yourself, becoming someone that others appreciate naturally. Your inner calm and wholeness make you deeply attractive. Seneca said, "We often receive exactly what we stop chasing." When a woman stops chasing unreturned love and instead strengthens her own life, one of two things happens. Either the other person recognizes her worth, or someone new comes along who truly respects her. What matters is this: she makes decisions from abundance, not from lack. She does not look for someone to fill a void. She looks for someone who complements her fulfilled life. This mindset affects every area of life. Women who stop settling for less start expecting respect. Not through conflict, but through inner strength, they become role models and accept only what they truly deserve. You now know the 3 Stoic pillars. Here's your roadmap for handling unrequited love without losing yourself. Maybe you're waiting for a message, or you feel emotionally alone even though someone is physically present. You give a lot and get little in return, and you wonder what's wrong. The answer is, there is nothing wrong with you. You may just be seeing love through a vulnerable lens. The Stoics offer another way, one that protects your heart without closing it, one that makes true respect and love possible. Start your day with yourself, not with your phone. Instead of checking if he texted you, take 10 minutes for you. Make morning self-reflection your anchor. Seneca said, when you wake up in the morning, remind yourself. Through your thoughts and actions, you can stop difficult emotions from taking over. Ask yourself, what is in my control today? What should I let go of? How can I give my best, no matter how others behave? Instead of starting her day wondering how he will behave. She focuses on her own energy, her joy, her true self. A strong woman pays close attention to what she expects from others, and honestly asks herself, are my expectations stealing my inner peace? When she notices herself checking her phone constantly, she stops and redirects her energy into something that truly nourishes her. At night, she lovingly reflects on her day. Where did she act from inner strength? And where from insecurity? That is honest self-awareness. And it leads to clarity and strength. A Stoic woman uses painful emotions as fuel for growth. She transforms disappointment into insight. If he cancels plans or grows distant, she does not suppress her feelings. She becomes stronger through them. Marcus Aurelius said, "The obstacle becomes the way." Every challenge is a chance to build inner resilience. She asks herself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? What does this tell me about my desires in a relationship? Imagine this. She plans a romantic evening, but instead, he spends the night texting with his friends. In the past, she might have fought for his attention. Now she observes her feelings without drama and chooses to create a rich, fulfilling life of her own. Calm, clear, and strong. If someone does not love her the way she deserves, she does not see it as an attack on her worth. She sees it as information, a signal to recognize what is and what is not possible. Many women ask, "What is wrong with me?" But that question often leads to harsh self-criticism. The Stoic woman asks a better question. Is this person capable of the relationship I want? This brings clarity and responsibility back to her. She knows how someone loves often says more about them than about her. Some people simply are not ready or not able to connect deeply. This is not an excuse for poor behavior. It is a realistic recognition without self-blame. She no longer tries to change someone who is not willing to grow. That is not a flaw. It is powerful knowledge. Sometimes the strongest move is to step back, not out of anger or drama, but with dignity and awareness. She asks herself, do I want to keep giving my energy where it is not valued? This withdrawal is often quiet. She stops accepting last-minute invitations. She spends more time with empowering friends. She does not reply immediately. She explains nothing, makes no threats, pressures no one. She simply changes her behavior because she values herself, and this silent shift often speaks louder than any heated argument. Her absence can lead to reflection without her having to say a word. Her retreat is not an escape, it is self-respect, and often the beginning of real transformation. The Stoic woman builds her life on many strong pillars. She finds meaning and joy, not only in love, but also in work, in friendships, and in her own passions. Her life is like a table with many legs. If one leg breaks, the table still stands. True self-worth does not come from praise or success. It comes from living by her own values. She asks herself, am I acting in line with what I believe in? Am I living the way I know is right? This inner clarity leads to quiet confidence and self-respect. In relationships, she never doubts her own worth. Instead, she assesses whether the connection aligns with her truth. Even during challenging moments, she embraces gratitude, not for harmful actions, but for the growth they inspire. She appreciates when it becomes evident that someone is not meant to be part of her life, as this awareness protects her from future heartbreak. Gratitude reflects her emotional maturity and her commitment to personal growth. Through life's harder chapters, one of the greatest gifts of the Stoic way of life is inner freedom. Freedom from despair, from self-doubt, from trying to earn love. When a woman no longer needs love to feel worthy, everything changes. She loves from fullness, not from lack. She loves deeply and sincerely, because she wants to, not because she needs to. A woman who knows her worth does not chase anyone. She does not shrink or bend herself to fit. She stays clear and authentic, and this quiet self-confidence makes her incredibly attractive. It attracts people who can love as equals. You do not need someone to complete you. You are already whole, even on your own. A Stoic woman knows better to be alone with dignity than with someone who cannot see her worth.